know what I really, really, really liked about it
Yeah.
was that nothing was perfect. Like
Nothing.
Harper's life, right? Harper's life, his life. I don't want to say necessarily that his life with the shit, but like he didn't have the happily ever after.
What?
You know what I'm saying?
Who's okay? Let's see whose
We'll
fault
talk
is it.
about that. We'll talk about that here in a
Okay.
minute. But I'm just saying,
Yeah.
story wise, it was like there was no happily ever after. Like that was kind of a more realistic view of just like how we grow as humans, and that we get married, we do these things, but people get divorced,
Yeah.
and these things do happen. And like you thought that it was you thought that once him and Robyn got divorced that you was going to see him and Jordan get together, but that didn't happen. It was just like I just got to be me. Like this is who I am.
Is it
I
was
got
it
to live by myself.
100% though? Because after he went and he won what's it called?
I think it was a Pulitzer Prize or something like that.
Okay, yeah, and she was there, and his daughter showed up afterwards and all that good shit. So it was just kind of like was Robyn? I mean, was Neil on there for him? You know what I'm saying?
I think they left that
Because
up to
this was
our
years later, right?
yeah. I think
So
they left it up to our interpretation
right to see if
because
like because I kind of think they did.
I mean, I think both ways could be valid,
Yeah,
because at the end of the day, when you find your soulmate, just because you find your soulmate doesn't mean that you're meant to be together linked
I know,
romantically. It's
man.
just that's just the person, you have a very intimate relationship with. It doesn't always have to be sexually or anything like that. It's just you can be open with that person, you just be yourself around that person and just have that vibe. So between them two, yeah, it could have gone that way, and it may have gone that way, but it also may not have. It could have been just them being just friends, and that's just
Yeah.
the friendship that they have. So I think they left that up to our interpretation, and I don't think
Okay.
they're going to build upon it anymore.
No, that's pretty much it.
This is pretty much it. But as far as just his personal life with his marriage with Robyn, it was just kind of like, yeah, they got divorced, and like there was no chance of her coming back, but apparently they were still able to be friends.
I wouldn't have took it
But
back anyway.
speaking of Robyn, I I'm I can honestly say that I was on the fence on how she felt to a degree, because I understand the idea of like him being busy and not spending a lot of time with his family, and that can be frustrating.
Yeah.
I can honestly see that being a married person, right? But at the same time, I do feel like a lot of the things that she was doing, she was being just as selfish as he was, if
She
not
was
sometimes far
she
worse.
was 100% selfish.
you know, because you could kind of see it all in the beginning when they went to Terrence's wedding,
Yeah.
Q's wedding. How she kind of like ventured off to go be by herself,
And she wasn't hanging with none of the crew.
and she damn near went
I
to.
thought she was gonna hook up with the chick out there or
Me too. I was about
whatever.
to say it was almost like she was just gonna go hook up with the girl.
Yeah.
So you kind of saw that, and then her frustrations with just being alone by herself a lot. And then on top of that, you could still tell that she was jealous of like Harper and Jordan's relationship,
Relationship. Yeah.
because they just happen to be really close. So um it was a lot of that was going on. But the thing that really, really made me mad about her was the very last thing she did before they got divorced, and that was taking his child to Ghana. That
That
part to
was selfish as fuck.
me was very selfish, because I'm like, okay, if you want to divorce this man, fine. That's cool. But you got to still remember that you made that child with that man. That's his child
And
too.
you had this random dude that you met
She
twice.
was fucking trying to fuck with another dude, right?
This nigga was around their child. He used to, when they was
He
looking at
picking her up and
the
shit.
venue, he picked her up and hugged her, and she walking around and he
What's
holding the
his
little
name?
girl's hand.
Uncle
And the little
Jabari, what's
girl,
his
she was
name?
acting like she knew this nigga, like they was around each other a million times.
And she kept calling the nigga uncle, whatever.
You know what
Nah,
I'm
first and
saying?
foremost, we already know rule number one is if that nigga called uncle,
Hey, he
he more
knocking
than
her
likely
down.
cracking them cheeks,
Yeah,
right?
I'm
And
pretty
she
sure
won.
they didn't put it in there. I'm pretty sure he smashed.
If he didn't, she wanted it.
Yeah.
She wanted it.
Well,
She
that's why she
clearly
wanted to
wanted it.
go to Ghana. Because he was
So
from there. He said he was just out there, to do his little business and stuff, and he goes
right.
back.
And I know all the women listening, y'all gonna be defensive of her and say, well, hey, her husband, blah blah, he almost cheated with Jordan, and He never spent no time with her. But here's the fact of the matter, y'all: two wrongs don't make a fucking right. And if you're in a
Goddamn right.
marriage, if you
And
were
you
in a
just
marriage with
acting
somebody,
like Ghana is up the road.
right? But if you're in a marriage with somebody, if somebody fucks up, you have to learn how to work through the problem. You don't fucking solve the problem by getting revenge. Is not the way to solve the problem.
Or just get
So
a
let's go
divorce.
ahead. Well, I'm just saying, if you're gonna work through it,
Right.
work through it. Otherwise, yes, divorce him and then move on. But to want to go fuck with somebody else because he did it is not the right way to do it. Yes, is it
Yeah.
fucked up? Absolutely. Does it hurt? Yes, yes, it does hurt. But at the end of the day, it's how you handle the situation.
Man, I wanted to
But
crack her jaw so bad plenty of times.
but yeah, back to her when she said that she wanted to take his daughter to Ghana. It was just kind of like, and the thing was, it was like an ultimatum. Like she just really didn't give him a chance, and I'm
But
just like,
it was nothing. This is
and
happening. That's what she was. She said it's happening regardless.
she was treating him like he was some sort of deadbeat father. And he
Right.
was
He
not.
was there.
He fucking provided. He was a provider for his family. He bought houses. He
She knew how
made sure that they were
ambitious he
taken
was
care of.
in the first movie, and she
Yeah.
wanted him to go for his dreams. And to me, I feel like this was like a teaching moment for all of these people who feel like being successful is easy. To certain people, they feel like it's easy. Oh, I'm getting it on my own. I do this, I do that. Now, to be in a relationship, a marriage, and have a family, it's kind of hard to have two people that is very successful and still have time to spend with each other. In
Yeah.
order for you to have this success, you got to be gone to work and do what you need to do. Somebody has to be with the child. It doesn't mean if it's the one man or woman. It's just when it's like, okay, now you got your little goal out the way. Now it's my turn. And she wants you to just lower all your shit down so she can have her shine.
Yeah.
But her
It's
thing was like, let me just go to Ghana. And it's like, no, look at all this money we just spent on this house.
Yeah. Well, at the end of the day, I think what it's really all about is compromise. And at times, do I feel like she compromised a little more than he did? I do. But at the same time, you can't really get mad at him for doing what he feels is doing best for his family.
But he actually mentioned it as well. Yeah, she may have compromised. It's because she didn't have shit to do. He told
Yeah.
her every time you get an idea, cool,
She kept trying to
I
figure
got your
shit
back
out,
on it,
right?
and you don't finish it, and then boom, you got something else. I got your back. You don't finish it, so it's like,
Right.
okay, you can't fault me for having my dream and it's working, and you don't have a dream. You got 90 million dreams.
And he told her that. He was like, and I'm trying to support your dream, but
Yeah,
every time
but
you try to do
you
it,
don't have one.
you fall short. You don't do it. So yeah, he was well within his rights to feel like when she was talking about buying the restaurant.
Right.
He was like, I'm not fixing to go buy this restaurant if it's something that you're not going to commit to. And I think that's what it was. She had a lot of commitment issues, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, because I get it as a creative. That's just how things go. But at the same time, you got to look at it from his shoes. Shit, this is still money here, and we
And
need
money
money
that
to live.
we just throwing out the window because you don't want to finish
Right.
it.
So yeah, that she did compromise a lot, but she had her own faults too, and I felt like she was blind to her own faults at times. But
Yeah, she was.
but
But I'm not gonna act like Harper was a saint.
no, he wasn't by any
He
means.
was trash out here, man. But my only thing is, if you go through this divorce and go through all this and lose your daughter and all that, at least smash, dog. At least smash.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? If you're gonna go
Yeah.
through all of this, at least smash.